Hey guys, Heather here with Allarding Family Urban Homesteading. Today I'll be showing you how to make solar ovens, aka sun ovens. This is my most recent solar oven I made. The interior temp has gotten up to 225 by midday. I have been able to bake white bread, bake zucchini bread, along with cookies. The solar oven has not disappointed me. I'm excited to show you how to make this. So let's begin. The materials I used on my solar oven were materials I've already had on hand. And the materials that I did not already have on hand, I did buy. It cost me about $100 to buy those materials. However, $35 of the materials I bought were used on my solar oven. So my solar oven was basically $35 to make. And the materials I used were scraps of wood I've already had on hand. If you don't have scraps of wood on hand, that's fine. Polywood would be a good wood to use. A roll of foil insulation. You also need a super glue gel, hinges. I used staples along with screws for my solar oven. If you don't have staples, screws will do just good too. And then high heat spray paint for the bottom of your solar oven. And if you want to paint your solar oven, I recommend doing black for heat purpose. It will help give heat. A roll of aluminum, masking tape, won't hurt. And now, for glass, you don't have to get them custom cut. You can go to any garage sale and I bet you somebody would be selling a picture frame unless you already have a picture frame on hand. This was from a picture frame. And I will be using this as the lid for my solar oven. Another good one would be plexiglass too, if that's what you prefer. And that's what I actually have on my solar oven, and it does just fine. I've not had any issues with it. So for the frame of my solar oven, I'll be using these old wood trim. I have measured the glass and it is 19 by 10. So I need 2 of these 19 and then the other 2 10. I've already pre-measured, but I will remeasure again. And I think I got this backwards. I do. So we have a 10 that we will be cutting. And backwards, let's see, yep. We have another 10 we will be cutting. And don't mind the marks on these, but these are already measured. I will be doing 18 for the length, so that way the edge of the glass sticks out just a little bit for easy lifting when you need to open the lid. And we have another 18. So let's get these 2 cut up. Working on this slab of wood for my lid. I don't think I've even mentioned it. You are welcome to do any size you want. I'm just making a smaller piece because I don't want to make another big solar oven. I use a small one for whatever purpose, I guess. Anyway, so again, the glass measured 10 by 19. So we're going to measure these 10 by 19. So we need to do 2 10s and 2 19s. So we have a 10, and another 10, okay, all right, got 2 10s, now I'm going to do 19. Oh, perfect. Alrighty, so we have 2 10s, 1 19. I gotta measure out another 19. I like, yeah, this thing. And we will get to cutting. let's go cut these. Just have a rough idea of where to cut. Alrighty. Perfect. So this will be able to do 2 of these. And now for a bigger one. Oops, I have to do 2 of those. Alrighty. Last piece. See what I mean by it being about $35 to make a solar oven, because you're not going to use all of this. Now that I have my foil insulation cut to the size of my side, I will be stapling these on. This is where you can glue your insulation. However, I feel when the oven gets hot, the glue will not do an excellent job of holding this. So that's why I prefer staple. The staple gun here, and we will staple these down. See how easy that is? And just like that, you have a side of your solar oven. Now that we have our sides insulated and stapled too, we will be putting the frames together. I have already put the screws in, and now you just need to put them together. Make sure, okay. This is the fun part. Okay. There's half. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you do plan a stapling, make sure you are able to have a little access, because this will become in handy. Same thing on this side, to put together like that. And that's where your aluminum tape comes in. And like that, voila! You have a start of a solar oven. I've already measured and cut the bottom piece for that solar oven. Also same thing for that foil insulation. All that's left is to be stapled. Make sure for your bottom that you do leave yourself some wood edges. You'll need that to be able to screw on the bottom. And same thing for stapling. Make sure you aren't all the way onto the edge. So we have the bottom piece here of the solar oven facing up, ready for this bottom piece to be put together. Alrighty. Now we are going to put the aluminum tape around the edges and the corners. Now have the edges of my inside solar oven taped with the aluminum tape. We just now got to do the lid. Pretty neat. Time to spray paint the bottom with this Rust-Oleum High Heat. Now for the lid, I will be using E600 glue. We have our wood pieces that we've already cut, and I was going to use glass, however, I broke the glass. So I'll be using plexiglass instead. So make sure that you have wiped down what you're going to be using. In this case, I've already wiped this plexiglass down. So now we will be getting our E600, and we will be putting the glue on the edges of this plexiglass. Alrighty, so we have our glue down now. And what's left is to put our wood trim down. Making sure that it's covered. So next, this is where I use my staple gun. I staple where the wood meet. So now that we are letting the glue dry on the lid, we will be spray painting the outside of the solar oven with black paint. So now that the glue's dried, you can see the underside, how it looks. We will mask tape the top here because we are going to spray paint the lid black to match the box. And again, if you would like to spray paint the top different color than the box, have fun with it. Go for it. So we are going to perfect. So you should have it like this. Now we're going to spray paint it black. Now that I screwed on the hinge to this lid, we will then screw this down to the box. To put glue there, make sure those are all sealed up as well too. And then you have a solar oven. And that is how you make a solar oven. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment down below. Subscribe. Have a good day, guys.